Welcome to Provo City School District's Data Privacy Training. Provo City School District will provide a range of training opportunities for all Provo City School District staff and teachers, including volunteers, contractors, and temporary employees with access to student personal identifiable information, also known as PII, or confidential educator records, in order to minimize the risk of misuse of information. The following training will inform Provo City School District staff, teachers, volunteers, contractors, and temporary employees how to identify PII information, how to secure PII information when transferring or sharing with others, what steps should be taken when presenting PII information, how to secure printed reports containing PII information, how to secure and not share passwords to any Provo City School District programs, how to store and secure PII information, restrict the use of email to not contain PII information, limit the use and access of individual data to the purpose for which it has been authorized. First, here's a look at some definitions. Personally identifiable information, or PII, is data that could potentially identify a specific individual. This is any information that can be used to distinguish one person from another and can be used to de-anonymize anonymous data. Access is a means to direct or indirect use, make use of any resource of a computer through a computer system or a computer network, cause input to or cause output from. Authorization is the express or implied consent or permission of the owner to access a computer through a computer system or a computer network in a manner not to exceed the consent or permission given. A computer is any electronic device or communication facility that stores, retrieves, processes, or transmits data. A computer system is a set of related connected or unconnected devices, software, or other related computer equipment. Computer property are electric impulses, electronically produced data, software or programs, machine or human readable forms, tangible or intangible items relating to a computer system or a computer network, and copies of any of them. Confidential. These are items protected by a security system that clearly evidences the owner or custodian and intends that it not be available to others without the owner's or custodian's permission. Encrypted. Altered or converted data into cipher or code to conceal the data in a way that requires a secret key or password to be decrypted or converted back to an original readable format. A security system is a computer system, a network, or computer property that has some form of access control technology implemented, such as encryption, password protection, force authentication, or other access controls designed to keep out unauthorized persons. Now, let's talk about data privacy. This training is intended for teachers, staff, volunteers, contractors, and temporary employees to be trained on the proper use of data and to protect personally identifiable information, also known as PII. What is PII? Personally identifiable information, or PII, is any data that could potentially identify a specific individual. Any information that can be used to distinguish one person from another and can be used to de-anonymizing anonymous data can be considered PII. Information that is tied to individual students is referred to as personally identifiable information, or PII, and is subject to additional restrictions in laws and regulations. The following are examples of PII: name, address, names of parents or guardians, date of birth, grades, attendance, discipline records, lunch eligibility, special needs such as date created by or generated by teachers, such as email accounts, online bulletin boards, work performed with an education program or app, anything that is by or about the individual student in the educational setting. What is directory information? Directory information, which is information that is generally not considered harmful or an invasion of privacy if released, may be disclosed to outside organizations without a parent's prior written consent. Written consent for PII. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, also known as FERPA, is a federal law which requires that the Provo City School District, with certain exceptions, obtain guardian written consent prior to the disclosure of personally identifiable information, or PII, from the child's educational record. However, when it comes to directory information, Provo City School District may disclose appropriately designated directory information without written consent unless a parent or guardian has advised the district to the contrary in accordance with the district procedures to opt out. How do parents opt out of disclosing directory information? Parents have until September 15th of each year to submit a signed request to the Office of Public Relations to opt out of all directory information. Please obtain a list from your administration's office after this date to verify if any student has a signed request on file. Displays of students' information. These are examples of where directory information could be displayed. A playbill showing your student's role in a play, annual yearbook, honor roll or other recognition lists, graduation programs, sports activity sheets such as wrestling, showing weight and height of team members, social media. If you are unsure if it can be displayed without permission, please check your school's office. Let's look at the directory information that can be displayed unless there is an opt-out form in file. Students' names, addresses, telephone number, email addresses, date and place of birth, grade level, dates of attendance, photographs and or videos, weight and height of members of athletic teams, degrees, honors, and awards received, major field of study, the most recent education agency or institution attended, participation in officially recognized activities and sports. Let's talk about passwords. Use password-protected Provo City School District authorized computers when accessing any student level or staff level records. Protecting your password. Never give out your password to anyone. Don't use a single password for all systems. Passwords should not be saved in your browser. Passwords should be easy to remember, but hard for others to guess. Passphrases are hard for others to guess. An example of this would be blue paper, ampersand, 55, Nova deer. Note how the A in the deer is differentiated. Passwords should include numbers, symbols, and capital letters. Do not use dictionary words. Password managers or programs are useful. Passwords should not be written down. Phones and tablets should also be password or fingerprint protected. When logging out, log out of any data systems or portal and close the browser after each use. When exiting systems, use a screensaver with password protection. This secures data on your screen from others and secures data on your computer when you walk away. It protects confidential communications and prevents data from being altered. Be aware that students can change grades in an open, unattended gradebook. What to do with sensitive data? Store sensitive data on appropriate secured locations. Identify sensitive data. This is information that is protected against unwarranted disclosure, such as personal and financial data, FERPA information, HIPAA information, or anything used to facilitate identity theft. Protect sensitive data. Encrypt your data on your computer, exterior drives, thumb drives, CD-ROMs, and any external storage location. Back up your data to at least 2 locations. Make sure anti-malware protection is active and working. Update the operating system to maintain security patches for your computer. Secure your wireless networks at home and anywhere you will be accessing the internet. Turn off your computer when you are not using it, such as the end of the day and overnight. Recently, we've come to work with educational apps. Educational apps will ask you for and will store personal identifiable information or PII. When using educational apps or tools, be familiar with your school's policy or process for selecting new educational tools. If one exists, if the app is not on the approved list, ask for it to be vetted. Ask how long this process will take. If it is too long, you will want to redesign your lesson plans to wait for the app to be approved. Apps that are vetted have been evaluated to ensure the app or tool meets the data privacy requirements. Examples of vetted apps are workflow and collaboration tools, learning management systems, LMS or Canvas, online gradebooks such as PowerSchool, emails, and newsletters. If a student suggests an app, here are some questions to ask. Did you have to make an account to start using the app? Did you provide name, email, age, etc.? Does the app require parent permission? Does the app developer share the information you have provided with others? Does the app collect additional information such as location, contacts, etc.? If you answered yes to any of these questions, the app needs to be vetted before you can use it in your classroom. In addition, let's talk about printed reports. Keep printed reports with PII in a locked location while unattended. How to care for printed reports. Know what PII information you have in your printed reports. Secure printed reports. This can be done with the use of filing cabinets and lock them when not in use. Desk drawers also locked when not in use. Not sitting on your desk for visitors to see. Lock your office when you leave the room. When you are finished with a report that contains PII information, it should be properly shredded and disposed of. What about public presentations? Do not share personally identifiable data during public presentations, webinars, etc. When presenting PII publicly, be aware of the audience. Remove or redact PII information in the presentations of public presentations, documents, speech and/or voice. While in trainings, do not use a live system unless the audience has been given access to the data already. When transmitting sensitive data, use secure methods when sharing or transmitting sensitive data. Do not use email to send screenshots, text, or attachments that contain PII or other sensitive information. What about emails and sensitive data? The internet allows us to share more than ever. Most of the time, we never think about what we are sending. Never assume that email, instant message, or attachments are private or confidential. Do not send passwords or other information through email that is private, confidential, or PII. Securing email and PII. Provo City School District has a secure document server for sending PII information securely with email. If you have a need to send PII through email and need a secure document server account, please contact tech support for setup. Limit the use of individual data to the purposes which have been authorized within the scope of job responsibilities. Limited access. Access to data systems, data, and other information is based on one's current job assignment and need for the information. This concludes today's training. Please review and understand the information presented. Review it often. And if you have questions, concerns, and feel unsure of the procedure to secure PII information, please visit with your school's administrator for direction.